guys, welcome to Respectfully Unsettled. We are so excited to have our guest Tehya Lemon today.
Hi.
Well, Tehya, welcome.
Hi.
We're so excited to have you all the way down from Orem.
Yes,
Okay.
Orem. Yep.
Awesome, and you just moved there, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So I've been in Orem for about 8 months. I think 6 to 8 months.
Okay.
But I grew up in St. George.
Okay.
So
awesome.
yeah.
Nice. And so kind of give me a little background because I don't really know how, like, the difference, just coming from Nashville, I feel like I don't know a difference between St. George and Salt Lake City, like Utah County area. So tell me a little bit about that.
St. George is more of like a small town vibe. I feel like everyone down there kind of knows everyone. Also, the weather is a huge difference. Like, it's
really?
warm pretty much all year round. Up in Salt Lake, we know it snows, it's cold. But yeah, it's a really nice vibe. If you like peace and quietness, it's like the place to be, for sure.
That's good to know. I feel like I've driven through it. It's near Vegas, so I would always think it's a little crazier.
Yeah,
no?
I feel like we have like a lot of people passing through, like traveling through. They stop and get gas or whatever, or like stop at the mall. That's so but yeah, I feel like it's fun. Like, if you're like a young adult, it's something to do because Vegas is like right there, so you can just drive an hour and it's fine. That's
so fun. Did you used to like go to Vegas a ton, or is it just?
Yeah, I actually travel there to get my hair done.
Oh,
because there's no one.
Oh my gosh, yes, I've seen this. Do you still do that?
I still do that. I am a very loyal customer.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Because I mean, it's really hard just to find like protective hairstyles here as like a Black girl in Utah. There's just not a lot of options.
There isn't.
So I mean, have you looked or found anybody here that?
I've looked into it and I've seen like really good braiders here, but like for like the hairstyle that I do, there's not like very many people that I see online that do that. So
no, that's completely, that's totally true. I know there's a spot that I found in down like deep Salt Lake. I think it's called Safari Beauty Supply. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I've heard of a beauty supply, but I haven't heard of that one.
They just opened up. Shout out to them, even though I probably haven't talked to y'all yet. But honestly, shout out to y'all because I did drive like an hour to go get my braiding materials down there.
Really?
They just opened up.
Is it nice? Do they have like everything?
They have everything.
Oh, that's so nice.
Literally everything. And then in the back of the shop, I think they even have like a little braiding studio where you can get your hair braided. So yeah, honestly, Safari Beauty Supply. Love it. Love it. Well, amazing. So you moved here from Chicago when you were 11.
Yes.
How was that adjustment for you of just moving from Chicago to Utah?
Honestly, like, I remember my parents sitting me down and saying, okay, we're moving to Utah. And I was like, what? Like, where even is that on the map? Like, you learn about, you know, the United States in elementary school. And I was like, okay, where on the map is that located? Like, okay, where? And then, you know, we drove 30 hours in a car. We had everything packed up and we just drove down. It was a really, really long drive.
That was crazy.
And we actually didn't even have a house, like, in place. Like, we kind of just drove here. And then once we got here, we found a house, like, all in one day. It was crazy. And it was like a part of St. George that was the outskirts. So the community probably had like 100 people. There was like no store, not a gas station nearby, nothing. The boonies.
Oh.
And I'm a city girl.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, hold on. Like, where's the mall? Like, shopping.
Yeah.
So that was such a culture shock. Seriously.
That's crazy.
And
you drove.
Yeah, and we drove 30 hours in a car.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even, wow.
I know.
Wow. That must have been like super like a lot just as a kid. Like, really impatient. You know, when you're even on little mini road trips, I'd be like irritated with my brothers.
I know.
So.
Yeah. And it was sad because we moved away from everyone that we knew and grew up with and family. So it was just, it was sad. It was hard.
Yeah. That's crazy. Have you been back to like visit at all?
I've only been back like a handful of times. I think twice or 3 times. Okay. Not very often.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you like, if you like the vibe and such, do you like Chicago better or do you like Utah better?
I feel like now that I've adjusted to Utah, I prefer Utah because of the weather.
Yeah.
Because in Chicago, it's like Salt Lake and
Interesting.
times 10. And, you know, like there's blizzards every year, 10 feet of snow. Like you're just
Chicago gets that snow.
Yeah, the weather is so bad.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
And I think that like Utah is a really nice place. Like it's very safe compared to a lot of other states. So
this is very true. I mean, moving from Nashville, I mean, there's parts. Nashville's pretty safe, but like even just moving from Nashville to here, it's just completely like you really don't hear much of anything happening.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's awesome. That is amazing. So what was like as far as adjusting? I know moving here, it's hard of a little bit of a culture difference when it comes to like people that like share your same like complexion, you know, and background and ethnicity in general. How was that for you just growing up?
It was hard. In high school, I was like one of 2 other Black girls in my entire school. And there was a lot of us, like a lot of kids.
Yeah.
So that was really hard coming from Chicago, where it's like a melting pot of cultures and ethnicities even. It was just like everyone, it was just straight black and white. And then there was 2 Black people, you know, it was just like, That's hard. It was so hard.
Yeah, that's crazy. So like, how did you, because I mean, even just growing up to myself, like coming to just, you know, accept who you are and like your skin. And like, I grew up in a very predominantly white area in Nashville as well. And so like for me, just accepting my hair and like my skin and the way that like I am, just like, you know, it took me a minute. So how did you figure out that kind of that base for yourself?
Yeah, I feel like it's still very hard for me to adjust to that. Because I'm really comfortable with straight, right? But I do like my goddess braids or my boho braids, and those are so cute.
Which I've seen, I love.
Thank you.
I think that's the first time I noticed Tehya. I saw her on TikTok, and I was like, where did she get those braids done? So, yeah.
Vegas.
Amazing. Yeah, Vegas. I'm gonna go. I just came back. I should have gotten some recommendations. Yeah. That's awesome.
It took me a second, though, in high school. I feel like I really wanted to focus on fitting in all throughout my high school experience. And that was straight hair, being like everyone else, because I was already an outcast or just someone that was not like everyone else. So I think I really focused on just trying to fit in.
Right.
Then when I hit my senior year, I was like, okay, my hair is about to fall off. So we have no other choice but to embrace who we are.
Right.
And that's what I did. I started doing more protective hairstyles, braids. I started doing like sew-ins, just things that would help grow my hair. And now my hair is like really healthy and long. Awesome. But it took a sec for me to even adjust to that or embrace that part of myself. It was really hard, but empowering once I did.
That's amazing. It's so hard to like find that. Cause I know there's a lot of girls out there, especially in this area, that like still have a hard time finding that for themselves and just are kind of chasing to keep up. And so like, that's amazing. That's so like nice and great. And so, I don't know if it was in St. George or here, but tell me a little bit of how you got to be like the ring girl. Like, I want to know a little bit about that because that's so fun.
So I actually took a self-defense class is where I was at, and I was just learning how to like defend myself if there was ever like a crazy person. And my coach was like, after class, she was like, "You're so pretty," and I was like, "Thank you." And she's like, "Have you ever like modeled before?" And I was like, "Yeah, I have like some experience." She's like, "Okay, so we're looking for a ring girl coming up in a few months. Would you like to do it? It's paid." I'm like, "Oh, yes, absolutely."
Amazing.
And then she's like, "If you have any other friends that would want to do it with you, we would love for you to like invite them, and like it'd be a fun time, and it's just a few hours." And I was like, "That is so exciting." And she's like, "All of the top photographers in Utah are going to be there, so it's a good chance for you to like get exposure."
Oh my gosh.
So it was super exciting, and I've been doing it now for about 2 years. So I really enjoy it.
That is so crazy. I didn't even know they had like wrestling competitions and stuff like that out here.
Yeah, and it's actually down in St. George. Really? It's like really big. The whole town pretty much goes, and they're super entertaining. I get front row seats. I'm like, oh,
That
what's happening in there?
I love that. That is so awesome. I don't think I've ever, other than, you know, those like the Logan Paul stuff and things like that, I've
Yeah.
never even known that there was like any locally. So that's super fun. Like, did you get any of your friends to do it with you or anything?
I've done it with my really close friend, and then before that, I've done it by myself even, and I usually have like one other girl with me, but there's been a few times where I've done it like by myself. But either way, it's such a fun time.
So cool. I love that. That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
super fun. And I love this, like, you showcasing it on TikTok.
Yeah.
And like everyone is loving it. So I think that is so cool. That's amazing. So super fun. Yeah. So a couple other things too that I just wanted to kind of ask you is I know you're in like the influencer world, especially in Utah. There is a huge vast of like influencers out here and such. And so for you, like, how is that being in that world? Like, just like, I know you have like a following on Instagram and TikTok. Like, how is that?
I actually prefer not to be involved in that community as much.
Oh, okay.
I've gone to like a few influencer events, and I've just noticed that people just aren't genuine, and it's really hard to connect, especially within the Black community. There are a lot of like genuine people out there, but at the same time, there's people that just aren't girls, and they're not friendly, I've noticed. And it sucks, especially if they're Black, because it's like there's not a lot of us already, and for you not to be, I don't know, just wanting to connect with people of your own kind, it's like just really sad and hurtful and surprising, because it's like we should stick together, you know? So I've noticed that about a lot of the people in that like community.
Yeah, interesting. I think that I'm newer to the area and such, and so I think that like it's hard. Like, I think especially because like we've mentioned, like we're surrounded by a predominantly like same race of people, and so it's just hard to kind of like, especially finding your identity, I guess is what I'm trying to say, like finding your identity within that. And people just, you know, have like a way of, especially when you have like a following and like things start picking up, it's really hard to like keep grounded. And I think
Definitely,
especially in Utah, people don't seem to be very grounded
no.
all the time. And so, and I say that with grace, just from my own experience, just because I've been trying to tap into so many things and meet so many people, and it's really hard. Like
It really
it's
is.
really hard.
And it's surprising.
It is
comes
very
as a surprise, because you
surprising.
would think like, oh, like, yes, they're going to be just girls and empowering, and we're going to stick together. And then when you don't get that response, it's like, oh.
It's surprising.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, and you get that anywhere, but I mean, just in a place that like you want to create positivity and like your social media carries positivity, you would want the person to reflect that too. And so that's really interesting to hear. Really, that's hard.
Yeah.
And so how do you think the community could be better in the way that they carry themselves, as far as like, you know, staying grounded and humble and, you know, nice? I guess.
And it's sad because I feel like people portray things on social media as like, oh, like I'm a good person, I'm a girl's girl, I'm for the community, I'm connecting, like authentic, like they seem authentic, and then when you meet them, they're not. So I think just like what they portray online is who they should try to be, you know, actually, like from within. I feel like a lot of it is like fake almost. I feel like people should just, I think it's a lot of self-work first, and then once you do that, then you can actually connect with people and like just be a kind, genuine person.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that is something that's super hard. I mean, it's harder, especially for like our generation of people, because we're constantly like comparing ourselves and seeing like what things need to be and such. And so, yeah, I think that self-reflection is hard. It's hard when you like definitely feel like you're doing everything right. You're like, my stuff don't stink, so I'm good. But honestly, I think that definitely I would agree with that as well. Like it's, you know, people have to take that time. even if they don't think they need to. I think they should. So
Yeah.
And we're just, a
We're
vast
talking,
majority
yeah.
of people, not a specific person, but I think just like in general, whether it's Utah, whether it's Michigan, whether it's Canada, honestly, but like people just need to be more authentic and nice. I think positivity is a big thing. But yeah, I think that having you today was just like, in hearing like a little bit of your background and story is just like, it's refreshing because not a lot of people have the opportunity to talk about these things.
No, they don't.
You really don't get to hear the backstories of the people that are in like the influencer community or the people that are in the Black community of Utah. And we have some people out there, but just digging a little deeper into that.
Definitely.
And so, as far as like moving to Orem, have you been able to find like a good community of friends and things that kind of like helped
Definitely.
you?
When I first moved here, I was a little bit nervous because it was new, but I have been able to meet some really genuine people. And I have noticed that Salt Lake is a little bit better. It's a little bit more diverse.
Yeah.
So I've been able to feel more comfortable in my skin. But there are still instances where I'll go out in Salt Lake at night, and I've even had other Black people come up to me and say something like racist. And I'm like, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Like, it still happens.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like it's just a little bit better for sure
Yeah.
because it's a bigger city.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I mean, Salt Lake is fun. It's full of really fun people.
For sure.
The nightlife could be a little better, I feel.
Yeah,
I honestly
definitely.
do. It's either Shades or Lake Effect for me, but
yeah, I love Shades.
I love Shades.
It's
Shades
the best. The music.
The music is so fun, but that floor needs to be redone so bad. I really can't do that floor. But yeah, I mean, I honestly, I think that like Utah is growing. Do you feel like it's improving, or do you feel like they're just kind of like pretending to want to improve?
I feel like people are trying to get better, but I don't think it's improving. Like, I feel like maybe it's more covered up and more fake now. Like, people are aware of things that can be sensitive, but at the same time, I feel like it's more blind racism now. Like, they're not trying to be, but it can still come across that way. And I think people say things even that are just unsettling.
Yeah.
And just for example, yesterday, I work in retail. So there was like this girl that was graduating from BYU. She was getting her makeup done. And one of my coworkers calls me over and she was like, "Oh, look, Tehya, it's your twin." And it was like, we looked nothing alike. It was just the fact that she was Black and we both had Black hair. And I was like, I feel like this is like really racist. And we were both so uncomfortable. So just what I'm saying, basically, it's just the blind racism. And I think there's a lot of like homophobic people or just like, I don't know. I just feel like it's not getting better and it's more just covered up.
Yeah, I definitely think that with a lot of like the newer things that have been coming in and out have definitely like played a part as far as like I guess I'm trying to say like not the brand of Utah, but like the background of like who they are has definitely made more people aware of the state and like what's going on. And it's like been a little bit more showy, I guess is the best way. There's a lot of showiness. But I mean, that's really hard. I mean, there's definitely a lot of blind racism that happens. Even in like the smallest of things like that. Like that's just like, not that it's small, but like it's definitely something that like, I mean, you two were uncomfortable. And so it's like really hard to kind of just approach people with it because you don't know how they're going to react. Like
exactly.
It's very touchy around here to kind of like, because people are so much on one side than the other.
And I am getting to the point where I do confront people later on just so they know and are aware that it was not okay. Like I did approach that lady later and I was like, we didn't look anything alike. And she's like, you're right. Like she didn't have like the same complexion as you or anything. Yeah. Just to make her feel like aware of like, hey, I'm aware that was like not okay.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I've been trying.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. That's amazing. And like
Yeah.
telling people is, I mean, they need to know.
Yeah.
It's hard, but they need to know. And like, it's, you know, you don't really know what the result's going to be off of that. But honestly, letting them be aware is probably, it's more better than not. But yeah, that's hard. As far as, you know, just like being here and like long term, is this something that you feel like you would want to like stay in this area, or would you want to go back to like Chicago or
I've thought about this question a lot. I
Mhm.
think that Utah is a great place to possibly like raise a family. I'm saying like mainly like maybe southern Utah because it's
Mhm.
even less busy than here or Utah County.
Mhm.
But for me personally, I think I align better with in a place like LA. Like I've
Mhm.
always wanted to live in California
Yeah.
because it's like a melting pot, something
Yeah.
that I grew up used to. So
Mhm.
I'm like, I kind of want that energy again because
Mhm.
I feel like staying in Utah might not be the best for my mental health.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
And I do
Yeah.
believe that there's like a bubble here, especially in Utah County, of people. And it's something that like, I don't want to say it will never change, but I don't see getting better anytime soon. I think that Utah just kind of has this bubble. So I'm like, I kind of want to eventually migrate more.
More south.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I love like the vibe of everything and the family aspect, but just like living here long term, probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. You talking a little bit about your background and like fitting in and like coming into your own. How and like in the Black community of girls, what message do you want to put out for them or want them to know?
I would want them to know that they are beautiful inside and out, and it's okay to be different. Different is unique and it's powerful. I feel like you should use that to your advantage and be like proud of the fact that maybe you don't look like everyone else here. Like it's okay. Um, and yeah, I definitely think so. And I think you should always just love yourself. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that it's hard because I mean I love feeling different, but it's also, I mean, naturally we all just want to fit in. We want to kind of just, you know, make sure that we're not feeling different. But feeling different isn't bad. It's great and it's what makes you unique, and honestly, um I think it's empowering,
Yeah.
to be honest. So,
And it can be upsetting to feel like isolated or singled out in a room. That's really hard. And I understand that feeling for sure. Like it's not fun. But I think just reminding yourself, just saying to yourself in your mind, like, I am beautiful, I'm strong, like reminding yourself of that is really empowering because you're feeding yourself that energy even when you're uncomfortable, because it can be awkward at times for sure, especially if you walk into a room and everyone's staring at you. Sometimes you have to like think to yourself like, okay, it could be a negative thing, but maybe they think that I look really beautiful. Like maybe they're looking because they're like, wow, like I wish my skin was that, could get that dark or get that tan. I mean, like if you think about it, a lot of girls in Utah, they love tanning. Yeah. It's because they want to be our skin color. Yeah. So I'm like, just embrace it.
Absolutely. No, literally. And like I've seen a couple girls on like Instagram, not even just from Utah, but like a couple Black girls that go tanning just to keep
just
that
to like
golden glow. I probably would never, but I've seen what it does, and it's not a bad thing, but it looks really good. It like brings your complexion out like even more. Yeah. But yeah, that's like I would have to agree with that. I think that that's a great thing. What advice would you give to the girls out here? Because I know this is a question that a lot of us have, especially being out here. Yeah. What advice would you give for the Black girls out here as far as dating goes?
Oh my gosh. Don't date. I'm just kidding. No. I would be so safe. Also, if you are a Black girl and you like dating outside of your race, make sure you get with the guys that appreciate Black women. Like, he needs to be educated. He needs to like your hair the way it is. And like, he needs to maybe even help you with your hair, like take out your braids. Like, you need to be with the guy that genuinely appreciates Black women and you can feel like you can be yourself. Because I've dated I've had my fair share of dating men that know nothing about my culture, and like I'll put on a bonnet and they're like, what is that on your head? And I'm like, okay, how are we not listening?
Right.
So we need to make sure we date the guys that like you feel safe around and feel like you can just be yourself for sure.
No, absolutely. I agree. I mean, my boyfriend is white and he helped me take my braids out a couple months ago.
See, that's what you need.
And like he had no idea, but he actually encouraged me to learn how to do my own braids. So like they're out there. Ladies, they are out there. You just need to make sure you pay attention.
Yeah, and I know that can be especially hard in Utah to find that because there's not a lot of us,
right?
But they're out there.
They are out there. Yeah, no, absolutely. I would agree with that. And so that's amazing. I think that, that's honestly facts. So honestly facts. There's nothing more I can say to that than just facts, honestly.
Yeah, and obviously be safe because there are a lot of crazies out there too.
There are. Utah has that crazy dating culture that is just super scary.
No, it genuinely is.
It genuinely is. And it has not changed. And I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so avoid the dating apps. Like I would say meet authentically if you can. I know like just with our generation, a lot of people meet on the internet, but I feel like the best case scenario is if you guys like meet in person.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And like I would honestly say not to feel stumped. Like this was something I personally had a problem with when I first met my boyfriend. My first question in my brain was, does he like Black girls? That was my first question.
Yeah.
And honestly, don't ask yourself that because you're a person. It doesn't matter black, white, yellow, blue. Like, you're a person. And the person that you approach or want to ask that question to should like you for you no matter what.
Definitely.
So I don't, like, if you ever have that question in mind because you're in Utah and you are a Black girl, don't ask that question to yourself because honestly, the person is going to like you for who you are. And they're going to either say, I find you attractive or not. And it should not be because of your skin color. It should just be their preference. But at the same time, just don't ask that question because you're gonna put yourself in a spot that you don't need to be in.
Yeah.
Because you're beautiful.
And if you want to protect yourself, if you're really curious and you're in the early stages of dating, I would say to rephrase that and ask them, have you ever dated a Black girl before? Because that'll say a lot. Or just ask about their dating experiences or like if they, just ask to see if they're educated. Yeah. I don't know.
No, absolutely. And if they're not, men are curious creatures, honestly. Educate them.
Yeah.
They get so fascinated by like, your hair and everything. Like it's like a fun experience.
Definitely.
I don't even think it's a hindering one. I think, ask them that question because if they haven't and you're the first, you take that and run. Honestly, you can take that and run and make it a positive thing.
Yeah.
If it turns negative, then
leave. Yeah.
Leave.
Yeah. Because no. But he needs to be like open and willing to learn. Now. Like he needs to be like, oh yeah, no, like I've never dated a Black girl, but I am very interested in learning more about your culture. Like he needs to be open to it.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, absolutely.
If he's not, then
no, absolutely. I definitely think that. I think that that's the same thing, and so, I do have a question.
Yeah.
So, you'd mentioned that your inspiration was a YouTuber, someone that helped you become who you are, and you're today. Tell me a little bit about that and who that is, because I'm not familiar with who they are. So
her name is Tam Carr or Carr. I think it's Carr. I don't know. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I've been following her for years. Like I would say at least 3 or 4 years, and she just posts a lot of like uplifting content on how to. This honestly helped me through high school, you guys. Genuinely helps you like embrace who you are and how to not give up about what anyone thinks about you. And how to just like embrace yourself and how to like build yourself to be your highest self. And just, she has an amazing book out as well. It's called, what is it called? I'm trying to think of it. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Oh yes. Okay. The book is called Buy Yourself the Damn Flowers. It's so good. It talks a lot about like solo dating, how to master self-care, how to give yourself that love. And I think that is very important, especially if you're a Black woman, like, because living in Utah, because it kind of just reminds you that like you also don't need approval from other people to feel confident within yourself. You can give yourself that energy. Like you don't need anyone else's opinions about you. You can just have your own opinions about yourself. And she just posts like a lot of uplifting content, and I feel like it just really helped me just living here in general.
That's amazing.
So.
That's awesome. That is so cool. I've never heard of her.
Yeah,
so I'll
you should check her out.
You said
Tam Carr.
Tam Carr.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. When did you discover her?
She just popped up on my YouTube, and I was like, what is this? And she just posts a lot of like uplifting content.
Awesome.
That just helps with building confidence and self-care.
Okay. I love that. I love that. I love any type of self-care. I'm here for it. So that's awesome. Then just one more question here. TikTok. So how did you get your little TikTok? How did you get your TikTok name?
Yes. I think a lot of my TikTok fame came from just posting Utah content, honestly, and just me being real, like realistic and relatable, I think was the biggest thing. I think I posted a few videos on just dating here in Utah, like those videos, like my little skits. You can still find those. They're so funny. But yeah, I posted a lot about that. And I think people just saw my content and related to me. And they were like, oh, she's funny, or I can relate to her. Yeah. And they would like follow me because of that. That was really awesome. I think that started 2020, I want to say 2023. But I started on TikTok back in 2020 when COVID hit. Yeah. I didn't take it super seriously until 2021. I was like, oh, I want to lock in. Like, I want to start posting. But I realized that when I post, like, relatable content, that's what does the best.
Yeah. That's awesome. That is so cool. I love that. I literally love a TikTok queen. We love it. I love that. Yeah. So as far as, like, just in general, what do you think could better the area from your experience, like just better in general, like Utah, just anything? I know we touched base a little bit about like the Black community, but in Utah in general, like anybody that were to move here, what would help them ever feel like settled in a way?
Yeah, I think people just need to be nicer, honestly. Like we need to learn how to connect with people and be inclusive to anyone that comes here. You know, someone, even if, because I know like, you know, the LDS culture is really big here. So someone who's not LDS is going to be like, what is happening? What's going on? And it's a culture shock for anyone. Even I've heard that like LDS culture is different in other states. And when they come here, they're like, oh, like what is happening?
No, literally.
Like I think we need to lighten up a little bit and be more inclusive.
No, absolutely. I can second that. Yes. No, absolutely.
I think it's just a very strict program here. And if you don't fit into that box for anyone, then you feel like an outcast. Yeah. And I feel like that's a really toxic dynamic that Utah needs to work on for sure.
Absolutely.
So that's what my thoughts are.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you feel like you are settled or still unsettled?
I am unsettled, but settled because I'm like used to it. But I think that unless the environment or community gets better, I definitely am gonna like move eventually.
Yeah. I totally get that. That's awesome. Well, I thank you for coming. Thank you so much for just like sharing your story and you know giving advice to those who probably or reaching out to need it. I definitely am with you on a lot of those things, you know, just moving here, a big culture shock. And I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Definitely.
So I appreciate you coming on.
Course,
I am just so excited to just share with people your story and such. But yeah, I think that there is a lot of improvements for the area and the people. And that's, you know, I still want to respect the people that love it and that are here.
Definitely.
You know, there's parts of Utah that I absolutely love. And so
Utah is very beautiful.
Utah is gorgeous.
Like the views,
Utah is
amazing.
Gorgeous. Yeah.
Like
Utah is gorgeous. And there's some amazing people out there as well. And so But yeah, thank you so much for coming
Of
on Respectfully
course.
Unsettled. We are so happy to have Tehya here and for her to just share her time and her story. And thank you for listening.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
It's been really
absolutely.
exciting. I
Yeah.
hope that some girls out there can relate to me, or people in general, whoever's watching. Like, you're not alone, that's for sure. There are people out there that can relate to you. So don't ever think that you're alone,
Yeah.
because you're not.
Awesome. I love it. Well, thank you guys.